Aloha world, Mr. Ra here, coming to you from beautiful Virginia. And as you see, I have my next winter coat on me, and it's getting pretty cold here. And we even had something called ice rain happening the other day, so that was quite an experience. So what that means is it's raining and then it's getting cold while it's raining, very, very cold. So you get, at times it almost feels like icicles are raining down and then everything on your car turns into ice. So you can almost see like, there's like lines where the water has been running and then it's just frozen. And I have traveled to 34 countries, lived in, Norway, even like high to the Arctic side. Also Estonia, never experienced anything like this. So this is quite an adventure. And why I decided to do this little live today is I got very inspired the other day when I was doing my very first quantum body activation for a little pilot group we are testing right now. And it was just so inspiring to once again do what I love most, coaching people, holding space, having fun, seeing what's surfacing from the inside world, and then putting it to that like next level of activation and cleansing and everything going on. And number one thing which was coming through very strongly even prior to class was just reminding ourselves that we have to really come to that point of ownership of our creations, ownership of our reality. And one of the ways to do that is to realize also, when we talk about the quantum body, is many times we don't really maybe think very consciously about it, but everything in our lives, including also our body, is our creation in some way or the other. And once we start to really fully take that responsibility also for these choices we have done to also influence this body, then we may get first very angry. It's like, how could I do these choices, or like, where was I? It really felt like maybe you have been hitchhiked, like you and your body has been hitchhiked, and go through that anger, get to the next point of basically starting to forgive yourself. Okay, I did those choices, I did those, I did take those actions, and then go through that process and then realize, okay, so I'm not gonna do this that way anymore. I'm gonna change this, and I'm gonna really sit onto the driver's seat like I'm driving this car right now. No one else is driving this car. So the same way you are going to drive your body or your life or whatever. And many people probably also didn't think they need really much work with their body, so they didn't join. But in a way, I see it holistically. Your body is connected with everything what's going on with your life. I see it like kind of like the foundational platform where everything is projected from. So if your relationship with your body is out of whack or out of balance, then everything you're creating is also out of balance. So in a way, if you want to change anything in your life, and if you're working also with changing stuff in your life, then number one thing, which probably oftentimes is also overseen, is actually to see what changes does actually your body need to go through or to take right now. So, and then as you figure that out, then many things may start to change in your outer reality as well. And that holistic point of view is something I really like to take, whether it is, health or whatever I'm dealing with, because it is all holistically kind of connected. So as I am now studying for the personal trainer certification, I'm very, very glad that in that program they have quite a bit of information about food as well, even though not in maybe detail I would like it to be, but still it's quite a bit as I think it should. So all of that together is helping us to create a quantum body. So how we move, what we eat, how we eat, all of that together. And as I've been also thinking a little bit more how I would like to support people in their processes back to the holistic body. One of the areas, or we could say niche, which is coming is actually women, especially 40 plus age group. And why this is so interesting to me right now is because a couple of last years I got into the process of the perimenopause, and even though I already had read and researched it quite a bit, it really turned my body, my life totally upside down. And I wish there would have been more support. There would have been I would have had a guide getting into that. So, and I even went to my doctor, who I gave all of the things happening with me, and she didn't even manage to put it all together. I myself, with all the research I did, put it together. Oh, it's this, like all of the things are actually pointing at this, So, so it's like it is a new phase, and these women need more support, 40 plus. And then there are so many things which have been told us because the fitness and diet industry has been pretty much created by men, to men, and we are not men, so our bodies and hormones need a different kind of approach. So I have now experimented on myself and followed lots of different world-class teachers, and I want to start to also help other women. And just to mention a couple of things, if you have no idea what I'm talking about. So I'm pretty healthy girl, or that's what I thought. I worked out. I did like regular strength training 3 times a week, like no matter where I was, what I was doing. I did cardio at least like twice a week. I have been walking 5,000 steps for, I think it's already 5th year going, not missing a day. Just think of the dedication there. And believe me, there has been days where I felt like I don't want to do anything. And I pushed myself out and I did those 5,000 steps, which equals like 40 minutes walk. And also eating pretty healthy. I followed to the T Wild Fit seasonal eating for 3 years in a row, which was powerful. Got me down to pretty close to my ideal weight. And then after some time, I started to feel I couldn't do many of the things it was suggesting. My body was just saying no to fasting. I couldn't do fasting the way I kind of experimented. I went really crazy. I did even like, 10 days water fast, and pretty regular was once a week I did a water day, and then I did like 3 days, and then I did all kinds of diets and detoxes and you name it. Like I've tried so many things. And then I worked out, my regular ways. I was eating pretty healthy, and my heart started to kind of do funny things. And my Garmin watch was giving me lots of warnings like, hey, your heart rate is like going very fast and irregular and so on. Then I had a whole phase of like almost a year, like skin issues, like so bad that I thought like, I don't even know if I can manage to live in this body like that anymore. And headaches, mood swings, like it was like I was a teenager again. And the sleep like got totally out of whack, which I usually didn't have like any issues. And all of this was like, oh my God, like I felt really like I totally lost myself. And I couldn't understand like what the heck was going on. And then I started to dig deeper and deeper, and it's like, oh my God, it's all the hormonal changes. The menstrual cycle started to change. Like I had no menstruation for several months. Then I had it like coming so that like all the floodgates opened like within an hour. Like I couldn't keep up with it. So it was just like everything was to the extreme. And yeah, so it influences your life, your professional life, your personal life, everything, you know. And if you don't know how to support it, you get into very deep depression to the level where you may even think, you know, stupid thoughts like suicide and so on, which I did several times. And yeah, it's just like you're totally lost. So luckily I had people who were helping me, holistic lady who helps me with all kinds of holistic food supplements. So I got some hormonal support with that, and that started to help because there were certain herbs combinations which were put together so I could really enjoy that. And yeah, let me just do one thing here. And as you see, I'm doing my little walk because recent month I haven't really got to do my mountain walks, and it's pretty crazy here too when all this ice and stuff is happening. You actually don't want to drive, especially mountain roads. So I'm trying to get these steps in here in my beautiful little forest where you have seen lots of lives throughout these different seasons. And it's very different here. You see like no leaves, and the whole forest looks like naked, and you can even see like how it's like kind of laid out now, which you don't when it's like lots of leaves here. So yeah, coming back to my story, so I started to take these hormonal food supplements, which made a huge difference. So my mood got back into the balance, and it was also essential oils I started to support myself with. Now I also am learning that, you know, I should eat differently, I should train differently, I shouldn't fast, or if I would do it, it would be in a different way, so it would work with the schedule of my body and hormones right now. And then also, you know, everything needs to be, you know, dialed in a little different way. So that's what I'm doing with myself. And then as I've been part of the, I call it emotional fitness class, which has been going, so now it's already like 4th month, and I'll probably continue with it like next year. So, and this one is also basically reminding that all of everything in our life is one way or the other part of our conscious, subconscious, or unconscious creation. So if you want to change it, you have to go into your creation lab and do an evaluation. Like if you have stuff in your life you don't like, it's like, okay, did I create this? Did someone else put this into my head? How did that happen? And many times people don't realize that so many things we have in our lives are actually, you know, not created by us. It's like created by the influence, created by the programs, created by the unconscious, patterns, whatever the case is. So it's good to make that little evaluation and figure out what's what. And I like how my teacher yesterday said that, all physical ailments as well, the way your body is the creation of you. So you want to change that, you have to really change these projections or these pictures you have, and do an evaluation and do create a different one. So this is basically what we did during the quantum body program, that we got together, and then I did the initiation process as the energies were guiding me, and then continued one by one with each person's like different things which popped up, and then they got the focus points for the week, and then we meet again next week, so we can kind of comb or rake through all of these different layers. So now here you see one of the roads going behind, because when it's full of leaves you don't see it, and on the right side there is like a little hill which is actually one of the battlegrounds. Like, I don't know if you know, but in Virginia there are around over 300 historical battlegrounds from all the historical times, as Virginia was one of the first original states also. So it's a lot of history here. Yeah, and talking about battlegrounds, so it's I so often feel like I felt differently with myself, that I have been kind of like total enemy with my body, and I've seen so many women, especially women, who have been that as well, and it is not easy, but it is something we need to probably change, or that's a smart thing to do. Good morning.
Good morning.
And when we are in that resistance mode and enemy mode, what's happening is that our body is in resistance, and then whatever we want to create is so much harder and more difficult. So this is one of the first things to evaluate where you are, what's going on, and then what needs to change and how, and what are the steps you're gonna take. So, and I really loved WildFit in so many ways, but it was created by a man for businessmen, as I understood from the original kind of setup. So it didn't take into consideration the woman's needs, and one of them is the hormonal, functioning. And so in general, we would say, yes, we can do ketogenic, phases, but our body actually needs a little more carbohydrates. And then saying carbohydrates, I don't mean just, whatever crap you're kind of going to eat, but, healthy carbohydrates like, sweet veggies or fruits and stuff, So realizing that, wow, the spring season for me, which is kind of like, okay, this is the ideal set, is not ideal for women, especially women. Like, I would even say like 30 plus, because for some women this time starts a little bit earlier. So it's more like kind of summer, or like a how you'd say, like a light spring. So you kind of add different things so it can support you. and your systems differently. So all of this has been quite a journey, and now we are on the journey with this quantum body pilot group for the 5 weeks, and I'm so excited what can come out of it. So what we are doing there is also we are learning how to work with our bodies with no effort, more pleasure, adding good things, good ways to connect with your body instead of this constant fight and enemy and war inside of ourselves going on every day for most women on this planet. So how would it be to have no wars with your body anymore and be at peace and love your body as it is and create that new avatar and start to live from that avatar body, so that this body here can also turn into that new one. So that's what I kind of have set my mind to with myself as well, others, and this is one of the things to kind of look deeper into, because when you are in constant fight, then it's just like after some time you just kind of get over exhausted too. It's like how much longer? It's just like so exhausting. So so number one thing to wrap this up is to remember that you are the creator of your life, your reality, also your body, and if you want to change it, you have to start to change the projection, the picture, the way you vision it, and then also what kind of thoughts and ideas you are giving it, like daily. So when you wake up and your first thought is, you look into the mirror and your first thought is like, oh, I look fat, I look ugly, look at all these like wrinkles, look at like this and that. So this is what you reinforce. You reinforce that body image to recreate itself over and over and over again. And then you wonder like, why is nothing changing? So this is the first thing to change. And from there are lots of other steps you can take to start to influence and change that body image first, because everything starts from the image, from the thought to the word and then to the actions. So it's not too complicated, but many of us have been made to believe that it is complicated. So and look how different it is. It looks like Estonia, like, and wearing these thick clothes really reminds me of being back. And yesterday I went to one of the networking events with Skyline Literacy, which is the organization which is behind the citizenship classes, the English classes, literacy, digital literacy, literal literacy, all of these things, like the amazing community of people doing all the hard work. And they have been cut with so much of the funding now with all the current changes, that they are doing lots of these networking and mini fundraisers to kind of keep it going for the good work they are doing. So that's like very amazing. And I talked to a couple of people there who have been they were from here, they went away, they came back, or they actually moved here from Washington DC or New York or places like that, and they actually really enjoy it here. It is a very kind of, especially if you have children and family, it's a very nice place, very chill, very community based. Everywhere you need to go is like basically a 10 minutes ride, no crazy traffic, all of the pluses, and everyone knows everyone. So that way also, once you get into somewhere where people are vetoing you, you have green light. So, but if you don't find those places or people and no vetoing, you are basically totally alone. And to get in, you have to figure out some ways how to do that. So it's like pluses and minuses, like in all the places. And then someone was asking me, like, so how long you gonna stay? And we don't know. Our recent years, our rhythm with my husband has been like basically 2 years in one place, and we call ourselves like Aloha ambassadors. So wherever we go, we sprinkle a little bit of the Aloha around, good love and care and kindness and so on. And I've been always also a volunteer in several, organizations, or at least one. And I've kept myself away because my plate is so full right now with all kinds of stuff I'm doing. And fair enough, by the end of the meeting, they're like, Crystal, you have so many good ideas. Like, we need more people for the board. Would you like to become a board member? So yeah, very nice. First invitation, like a full invitation from the community. So I'll look into that, and maybe in the future where things kind of thin out with some other, some other things currently going on. So, and so this is taking the best out of the area. And for me, this is an adventure, and this is how I take it. But personally, I could not imagine living here for the rest of my life. It is beautiful, the 4 seasons and everything, but I'm a water person. I need to have the ocean close to me. So, this is also something to realize where you are, how things are looking, and then what makes you happy. And that's one of the things also which came to me yesterday was, so my happy body, what are the things my happy body, if I kind of connect to my happy body in the future, what is my happy body doing or feeling or choosing so that it is happy? And then if you really listen and communicate with your body like that, it will start to give you some ideas. So if you are up for the challenge, I invite you to ask that question and then see what ideas are coming, up for you, and then make it happen. So I made a couple of pointers which were coming up right away because I know it, like, live in the tropics, so I can go to the ocean like daily, doing anything connected to the ocean, free diving, snorkeling, sailing, all of these things, swimming, definitely my kind of thing. And all of the other stuff too doesn't need to take much at all. So make that list, and that can be your new kind of like a combination North Star, which can start to lift you to that new future with your new quantum body, as I call it, So when people may be wondering, what the heck is quantum body, Crystal? And this is for me like a holistic body who is in total connection with all of the parts, body, mind, spirit, happy, fulfilled, healthy, all of these things in one. And also self-led, self-guided in ways which most people maybe don't. And I really want to say thank you for all those people who signed up for this pilot group. You know who you are. And it's really amazing because you guys have been doing so many courses and classes with me over the years. Wild Fit and Positive Intelligence, Saboteurs, so many other programs. when I was asking you to fill in what have you done, it was too many to mention. So they put like, and so on, you know. And why this is fun to work with people like that is once they jump on board, because they have the experience of lots of changes and transformations in the past, they trust you fully and there is zero resistance. And once you start to work with people like that, you don't need to waste any time for any kind of resistance, because many times, you know, whether it is, you know, a retreat or just like a program online, people need to gain trust first, and then it may take like half of the time, and then once you gain it, then the program is maybe done, and then half of the time is gone for that resistance, you know, dissolving. And now with the quantum body also, and all what I know also that I can help them to to kind of change that already in the beginning, so we wouldn't waste the time. But just from my previous experiences, like how many times it took so long to get to that next level because of the resistance there. And I remember also many of these people, they signed up one summer for the retreat, and it was amazing because the same thing, like no resistance. They just jumped in with 2 feet, and we just like followed the guidance, and it was just one of the best retreats I've ever had in my whole life, in connection to all the other ones I've done also internationally, Norway and Costa Rica, Hawaii, Mexico, all these places in addition to Estonia. So yeah, and one of the last key points I'll share with you is, you know, also look at these roots here. So there are roots to everything what you're doing or thinking. So one of the main roots, which is the troublemaker for all of us, is actually, you know, figuring out where you have resistance. Try to find in your life where is it you have resistance and why. And once you start to dig deeper with that, many of the things will kind of start to change. And there are lots of ways how you can work with it. You can read lots of books about it, but if you would like to get some really cool quantum trick tools, how to do it fast and efficiently, you can contact me and we can set up like one-to-one session, or if you want to go deeper, which is recommended, so we can set up like a customized program, a quantum body program for you. And number one thing which people don't realize, for example, if you have issues with money, it is connected to your body. So if you are enemy with your body, I bet 99.9% of you also have issues being enemy with your money. So they kind of go hand in hand. Body equals money, money equals body. So if you want to change that, then this is one of the things to look at that too. And I'm now setting up this also like a high ticket quantum body program for beautiful English speaking clients. And yesterday what the spirit was telling me was that maybe I should add also money, or creating money, manifesting money, in connection to the quantum body, quantum money. So I'll throw it out there. And as I wrap this up, I want to show you this, which is kind of like a tree stump cemetery here. And this could be like kind of, you know, the leftovers which we leave behind after our quantum body changing into the new avatar. It doesn't need to be ugly. So look at this, like, you know, in different seasons also it's different, but it's beautiful. Like I could just sit down here and do nature journaling for hours, just, you know, drawing all these beautiful, you know, details. So everything in our life can be taken as beautiful, you know, if you just like stop and like look at this, like it's nature's creation. So, and it's beautiful. So even the forest without no leaves is beautiful if you have that perspective. And there is so much to do, how we can change in our lives, just starting to change our perspective. And once we do it, things start to change in our outer reality as well. And yeah, so once again, thank you everyone who signed up for the Quantum Body pilot group, my beautiful Estonian fan club. And I will see maybe how things are going. I'm just kind of in a free flow, but maybe this summer I'm also planning a retreat in Estonia. We'll see how many people would be interested, and if there is enough you know, serious people committing, I may do it, like a weekend retreat, which I haven't done for 3 years or 4 years now. So, and I tried to see if I can see a place where there is a possibility to use the pool, or that the pool use is like a segment of that or something, because doing my water therapy should be part of that. It's so relaxing, and that's also one of the ways to get connected to the body, which has no resistance, is totally letting go. And most of us, we don't even know how it feels in the physical body. And once you get that feeling, then it's also so much easier to work with those quantum elements. So yeah, so we'll see how it all will come together. I'm so excited to continue the emotional fitness program where I'm in. And next week, the teacher was warning us that she's going to share some secret tricks about effortless creating and money and so on. So I'm going to start to practice, and then who knows, also maybe share with the selected few who choose to co-create with me in the future. So to really test it out, like how this is working. And what I have also realized these last days is how important it is to stack everything you love on top of each other. So like this Monday I had my quantum body group, and then I had the ukulele class finishing with my teacher in Hawaii. So all of this, and then I had some other positive things happening. So it made me so happy. And the quantum body, that's what it is. It's happy. It's happy all the time, because it's choosing, and it's like creating environments, people, experiences which are connected to your source code, to your beautiful being, the unique being who you are here to be, and share the beautiful, you know, talents and everything what's in you. And many of the treasures you have in you, you don't even know they are there, and they are just waiting to be discovered and to be shared with this world, and to be packaged in a way that it could serve other people. And this is where I am now, repackaging things, resetting, and that's why also I'm going to do this personal trainer thing, because I want to know more how the body is functioning inside out, like a little scientist or a little kid who is like, you know, trying to figure out whole, you know, complicated names and systems and so on, because it will help me much more to help you, whoever you are now or in the future, to create a better, you know, quantum body for you. So, and I'm so excited. So there will be another element in the future. I'm going to do also finalize my nutrition coaching stuff, which I already have had the materials for a long time, and as a wild beat coach, it should be also going much faster because I know the basics of it, and from this personal trainer program also it will add some elements to it which is like easy to grasp. So all together, and then probably also stacking a little bit of the menopausal woman stuff with the world-class teachers who I found now, who I want to follow and take their guidance. So exciting times. So helping to recreate and the new quantum body. And then of course I'm open to work with men as well, and there are different things and different ways you can work with your body too, and it's so much easier because all of the information out there is already for you, so you don't need really oftentimes need much of adjustment, even though yes, personal customizing is always necessary, but it's not that complicated in comparison to women 30 plus, what's going on with us. So, and to the woman who you are in that phase, I just encourage you all to find the guides, to find the communities and places where you can be fully supported through this new phase. So what this is, I call it like a second teenage year. So you have to reset yourself, your body, mind, spirit, and you have to also figure out who you are and who you are not anymore. So everything that is not authentic you anymore, you have to let go. And then if you don't, what happens? Your life, your circumstances, everything will be there to take it away if you don't do it. And I have seen it during my last year, how it's been, ripped. Some things are ripped away and some things are, put into like another form or another package. Anything or everything which is not you, which is not authentic you, needs to go. And it's much better to do it on your own than to, let it rip you apart. So to finalize this beautiful thing, you see this beautiful labyrinth, and I'm gonna walk now into this labyrinth, and you can walk with me. And as I walk in, you can imagine with every step, you letting something in your life which you don't need. Doesn't matter who you are, man, woman, what age you are, you can all do it. And just let go. That's something you don't need anymore. Maybe it's someone you don't need anymore. And as I get to the middle, I'll tell you. And then as I start to come out, you start to enforce everything you want to have in your life, the new choices. So, and also go in the I am statement. So as I start, so I can say, I am letting go everything and everyone who is not me anymore, who is not supporting my authentic self, my independent, sovereign, self. And then you continue, like, I'm going to shut up now so you can think of what you need. So it's not going to be a very long process. So come along, give it a chance. It's very powerful what you can do with your words and intentions. So enjoy. So if you have anything else to release, release it now as we're getting to the center. And here you see the symbol of the masculine and feminine coming together. This follows kind of representing the masculine, and the circle around it is the feminine. So in order to create anything, we need both. We need the masculine and we need the feminine. So people have left their gifts here, and some of the gifts I left are gone because they're clearing it up after some time. Otherwise it's probably gonna get too crazy. And this is how it is to be in the middle of the eye of creation, in the middle of the labyrinth. And labyrinths are very powerful. So this one is coming to you from basically the center of Virginia, Harrisonburg. And now, if you have anything else to release, release it now. And even if you don't know what it is, you can say everything and anything or anyone who I don't need and who is not supporting my life right now, I let go. I dissolve. I ask them to go where they came from so that I can, you know, start a new page of my life and creation. And then 1, 2, 3, and it's gone and it's done. And if it doesn't let go, it will probably bother you and connect with you and want to communicate with you. Maybe it has a message or something. But once again, if you don't know how those processes are, maybe it's smart to contact me for going deeper. So let me know and we can dive deeper together. So now we are gonna go out from the center of this beautiful labyrinth. Now I would like you to focus on everything you would like to have in your life. As we start going, I'll give you some hints and then I'll shut up again so you can do it your way. And even if you don't manage to do it all in one go, you can just watch it again and do it again later. So it's very powerful. Even though you're not physically here, you kind of are as you are watching this. So okay, as I start to go, and say them like I am statement, you know, I am abundant beyond my wildest dreams. I choose riches in all forms and ways. I am confident. I am dedicated to my life and future on my terms. I have the quantum body I love, who is my best friend. And so on and so on. So continue on your own. What is it you would like to attract into your life? And one by one, all these words are going into the ether and starting to create and attract these beautiful, beautiful elements. And maybe you should even record it and re-listen to it in the coming days and weeks so it can really reprogram your subconscious. So enjoy everything you want to pull into your life, into your quantum body. So here we go. Beautiful magic of the labyrinth from Virginia. You can rewatch the whole process and do it again. Beautiful sun, and it's a nice 40 degrees weather here. Not too cold. It's almost like a heat wave. comparing to other days this week where we had 20 and less. So yeah, and if you're joining just now, I'll suggest once it's starting to upload to watch the whole video from the beginning, and once you get to the beginning of the labyrinth, you do it together with me once again. And don't record the ones you want to let go, but record maybe the things you want into your life. So you can do it with your phone, just you know, voice recording, and then you can re-listen to it every day for 20 to 30 days, and maybe you want to change it up so you can, so your subconscious, your mind can really get the message. So, and the beautiful co-creation of the masculine and feminine can activate your quantum body in new ways. And if there are any other Estonians here watching this, is like, I don't know how I missed that quantum body thing. This sounds really intriguing and I would like to join. So contact me. I may consider, you know, adding some people, depending who you are and what's your background, working with me, because yeah, the current group is very kind of tight-knit, beautiful people who have worked quite a bit with me, and I would like to keep that energy going. So yeah, so reach out to me in case you feel like, okay, this is really something I would like to. There's still time, so you can basically do the questionnaire, and beautiful first video is up. There is a little meditation you have to listen to before listening to the first meeting, which was a little longer than we usually do it, but it was important to get everyone going and activated. So a 2-hour first meeting video as well. So yeah, thank you everyone who came along to this adventure. Didn't plan it this way, but that's how it happens with me. When I just follow the lead of my divine feminine, it always creates some magic in whatever way it seems. It's like, you know, possible. So that was what that was. And happy holidays to everyone, wherever you are. And remember to see the beauty. Your perception is what is creating your reality. Feeling gratitude to everything around you. Like, look at these trees, like how many hundreds of years these have been probably standing here. And in the background you see the buildings of one of the world-class universities, James Madison University, which is very popular. This whole town lives in the rhythm of the students. So Thanksgiving Day was like a ghost town here. No one was here. So yeah, it's a very interesting dynamic that way. But yeah, lots of stuff going on, lots of research, lots of beautiful people working and creating new futures here. So a very special place in so many ways, in the valley of Shenandoah Valley, and between these beautiful, powerful mountains all around, which I got to know and see this whole summer. Feel so blessed, especially Shenandoah National Park, full of powerful experiences, lots of encounters also with the wildlife, including black bear, timber rattlesnake, chipmunks, and lots of squirrels, and also deers and bucks. So yeah, lots of magical wildlife happening. So yeah, take the best care of your quantum body as the holidays are approaching. Also, when you are doing your gifts and stuff, so what can you do differently this year? Instead of putting all kinds of crappy sweets and stuff, maybe you can create your own, you know, snacks or gifts and presents, so that it would be something, you know, yummy and good, instead of just all these crappy sweets which don't do no good for anyone. So yeah, so see how you can influence What can you do to make a difference with your quantum body and invite others to do the same? So, and with these beautiful words, I say goodbye for today and mahalo, Miss Beautiful Sun and Kirsty. Aloha, thank you for being here. Hope you got some inspiration and lots of aloha from beautiful Virginia. Crystal's Adventures. So, bye.